This commenter says, okay, hear me out on this. State government should operate like federal government with checks and balances. We have a state house and state senate. The house is based on population, the senate. Each county gets an equal vote. That would probably correct all of Illinois cooperation because it would force the two sides to work together. Tell me where I'm wrong, because I'd love to hear your convoluted rebuke to this idea. And somebody said, cities control their tax money, vote against them, you get nothing. And then he said, cities vote for their own interest. A Senate with a county representation would be a check against that. They already have representation. How the fuck do you think a Senate is consistent? That it's all people from the fucking city? Here's the fucking map right here. The red are Senate districts, the blue are House districts. See everywhere where there's a red number? That's a Senate district. These are all the rural areas, and this is all of the Senate representation from those rural areas. They already have a representation. You don't like the fact that there aren't as many people in the rural areas, so they don't have as much representation. What you want to do is you want to tip the scales. You want to give more weight to the voice of people in rural areas and less weight to the people in urban areas. You want to say that somebody in a rural area's voice and vote should count for more than somebody in an urban area. How is that equitable? How is that fair? How is that balanced? You guys just don't like the fact that there are more of us than there are you. What about in Oklahoma? There are urban areas in Oklahoma that are blue, and they are far outnumbered by the rural red areas. Should we do the opposite in Oklahoma? Should we give the urban areas in Oklahoma and in Iowa and in Nebraska and in Wyoming and North Dakota and South Dakota and Tennessee and Kentucky and West Virginia, should we give the urban areas more of a vote and more of a voice so that it equals out and kind of washes away some of the conservative red voices from the rural areas? I'll bet you're going to say no. Why? That's what you're asking for in Illinois. You're asking for 3 million people to have an equal say to 9 million people. You're saying that the 9 million people that live in Chicagoland have too much of a voice. So the 3 million people that live in the rest of Illinois should get more of a vote, more of a voice. Fuck that. How about this? How about you guys come up with better ideas? If your ideas are better, it doesn't matter where the majority of people live. People will vote, for the best ideas. Instead of trying to rig it so that your voice and your vote counts for more, produce better ideas. Win over more voters.